All right, guys. I'm about to head to work, so this is going to have to be a really quick one. In fact, I might not even play all this. But it's pretty funny.
When Donald Trump was eagerly awaiting becoming president again so that he could immediately release the Jeffrey Epstein files? Yeah, I don't either. As you may recall, Donald Trump has always been clearly hesitant to say he would release the Jeffrey Epstein files. And of course, the speculation is, the natural belief is that it is because of Donald Trump being on lists associated with Epstein, flights and visits to his island potentially, that Trump has a self-preservation reason not to release the Epstein files. Well, Trump was asked about it yesterday, sort of surprised by it, and he goes, yeah, I don't know about that. Let me give you the answer before we hear from Trump. You're never going to see those files.
Even if you do, they will be highly redacted and shit will be changed. You'll never see the files in full because Trump is hiding shit. Epstein himself didn't just say that, like, Trump was just some dude and he happened to be a business partner. He was his best fucking friend. Trump knew everything about Pedo Island. He was more than likely involved in Pedo Island. Again, he's not just some random associate. It's his best fucking friend.
Under Donald Trump. Here is Trump asked about it and how he responded.
Mr. President, you said, when can we expect the Epstein documents to be released? The rest of them?
Which documents?
The Epstein files?
I don't know. I'll speak to the Attorney General about that. I really don't know.
He made promises about it. He's brought up numerous times how he's going to release them. People keep asking him about it, and now he's acting like, oh, look, what's going on?
I know that we've done the RFK, the Kennedy, Martin Luther King.
He just doesn't know.
Is out there very shortly, so we'll find out. But we've really announced we're doing them in full transparency. You know, when we did JFK, people were saying, oh, maybe it wasn't all, it was all.
Right. We are never going to see those files. You can tell Donald Trump is in no hurry to release those. And I still find it funny that anybody thinks they're going to see them. You may recall when Donald Trump, as candidate Trump, did this interview with Fox and Friends. This was, by the way, not with Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, but with Fox and Friends morning host Pete Hegseth. Trump was asked again about those Epstein files. And as you can see, he goes, the Epstein ones, I'm not so sure about.
Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah. I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that.
Notice the immediate reaction on the first two. And she actually set that up for a reason, just to illustrate this whole point here. And then he pauses, says, yeah, and then he thinks about it.
Less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there, because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world.
Yes, those files would be phony and fake. And so Trump is a little bit less interested, a little bit less motivated in releasing those. Folks, you're not going to see them, probably because Trump is implicated in those files. All right, Trump then is asked about China and his completely ridiculous trade war, tariff war. And Trump seems to acknowledge here that China has called his bluff and China has won, because Trump says, well, we're not really going to keep these high tariffs on China, actually. Everybody should note that Trump blinked. What a surprise.
Earlier today, Treasury Secretary Dustin suggested that with tariff rates as high as they are now, it's effectively an embargo of trade between the United States and China. Do you see that?
That's true. 145% is very high, and it won't be that high.
We've already seen this anyway. I covered it recently. So that's it for now. Hilarious shit. MAGA people keep pretending that your president isn't involved in pedo activity. It's especially funny because you guys are the ones that are so hardcore about talking about how Epstein's death was not a suicide. You realize that your like ultra obsession with this could very well be the fucking downfall of your fucking daddy, your god, Trump, your cult leader. It's really funny when you think about it. Anyhow, I've got to head to work, so that's it for now. Thank you for your time.